I'll come to you, Doc. So two things I want you to quickly address. Resource allocation towards dealing with the problem at hand. And I also want you to look at how relevant it is, electric vehicle technology, and where perhaps we should be headed, briefly, so that we can come in with Q&A.
Thank you. So to mention on resources, I would start from the global perspective. I think there was a global pact that there were going to be a fund that would address air pollution in low-income and middle-income countries. Unfortunately, that pact didn't meet its expectation. The last research that was done with the support of Clean Air Fund, which is a state of global air quality funding, found that 1% of funding goes to air pollution globally. And out of that, if you consider countries in Africa in 2022 got 1/3 of all the funding that goes to a single country in Asia. So Philippines got $4.5 billion for air quality funding. The whole of Africa in 2022 got 1.5 billion. What it means is that there is uneven resource allocation for addressing air quality globally. When we come locally to our economic planning, we also, as Prof mentioned in his state, there are taxes that go to the environment or sanitation, but there's not allocation of that resource to address waste burning. To say that we're going to do this to do waste burning campaign to stop people from burning it, because it's the waste that they are burning. And so we need to rethink of how we are allocating resources to address air pollution globally and then internally as a country.
And I was about to get to that, Dr. Gyeabour. There are times where I feel a bit sad because we're always talking about externally what can come in. How about internally? I mean, you are facing the consequences. You are experiencing 28,000 people dying from these peripheral issues. What can we do locally? Can we not allocate more resources towards this?
That's something this dialogue is supposed to help us do. That we draw attention to it, that people are dying by the day, by the minute from air pollution. Our children, our pregnant women, there are more cases of miscarriage. And it's not just due to people's health. It's due to the polluted air they are breathing in. And so if we then begin to connect that my child is missing school because the air is polluted, my wife is losing the baby because the air is polluted, we'll now begin to realize that maybe the money we could have spent on other things can be spent on cleaning our air so that we can make some of the savings we're supposed to. Thinking of electric vehicles, we had a project supported by UNEP nationally to look at electric vehicles. That project progressed nicely, which has led to introduction of some electric vehicles. It's also important that we do not miss the basics. If we encourage people to purchase electric vehicles without the adequate infrastructure of charging stations, it's not addressing the problem. What it will mean is that we're then going to use fossil fuel, burn it more to charge electric cars, which then negates the economic or environmental benefits which electric vehicles are supposed to bring. And so it's important that we think of what infrastructure are we going to use to power these electric vehicles. There are countries like Germany that only have 6 months of sunshine in some cities. Cologne is solely solar powered. It only has 6 months of sunshine. We have 12 months of sunshine and we still depend solely on fossil fuel. We need to rethink some of the basics to address the environmental challenges and economic challenges, which is affecting our health ultimately.